In ancient China, there was a kind of astrology called the 8 characters of birth, or simply called BaZi. This series of videos will give you a detailed account of the secrets of the Chinese BaZi.
In control theory, a system whose inner mechanism can't be directly observed is called a black box. A fully known system is a white box, and something in between, partially observable, is often called a gray box. Linguist Lu Zhizhi, a passionate fan of Chinese destiny analysis, argues that destiny studies work like a black box system. You input a person's birth time, and the system outputs insights about talent, personality, and even life trends. We still don't fully understand the true internal structure or logic of this box, but that doesn't stop it from being useful. So, useful in what way, exactly? 4 pillars. Destiny reading, what we usually call BaZi, uses your birth data to read life patterns. Let's use this example. Yisi year, Gengchen month, Renzi day, Yisi hour. On the screen, you'll see 4 pillars: year, month, day, and hour. So the reading order is Yisi, Gengchen, Renzi, Yisi. In BaZi, the day stem, here it's Ren, represents you, the chart owner. That's why it's called the day master, and the entire day pillar is often treated as the core pillar. We've talked about the imagery behind the heavenly stem, so let's start with the day master. Here it's Ren water. Ren water's nature is flowing downward and spreading, so you can picture it as a powerful river surging forward. Next, look at the earthly branch beneath it. Ren sits on Zi, also water, and inside Zai there's a hidden stem, Gai water. If Gai water is water with purpose, then having Gai underneath Ren is like adding channels and tributaries, helping the river distribute its force instead of flooding everything at once. This kind of symbolic imaging is crucial because it trains your ability to make associative connections, which is one of the core skills in reading BaZi. So we've pictured the day master as a great river with many tributaries. Now the question is, how does this river relate to its environment? That's where the 4 pillars come in: year, month, day, and hour. Each represent different life domains. The year pillar often points to early life, your original family, elders. Physically, it can correspond to the head and neck. The month pillar often relates to youth and career development, colleagues and authority. Physically, the chest, spine, shoulders. The day pillar reflects midlife and core relationships, marriage, home, workplace. Physically, the abdomen and internal organs. And the hour pillar points to later life, children, and your surrounding environment. Physically, the urinary system and lower limbs. Once you understand what each pillar stands for, you can read the relationship between the day pillar and the other pillars. BaZi is basically describing a pattern. The same you, placed into different times and contexts, will express different states and rhythms. It's closer to an experience-based model than mystical superstition. So how do we read that relationship here? Start with the chart column that shows the life stages, the 12-stage cycle. The method is simple. Place the day master into each of the 4 branch environments and check the stage table. In this chart, Yang water in the Sai environment lands on Severance. In the Chen environment, it lands on Tomb. In the Z environment, it reaches Zenith. And back in Sai, it returns to Severance. So the sequence becomes Severance to Tomb to Zenith to Severance. Mapped onto the life domains, it suggests early life, and youth can feel constrained or suppressed. Midlife brings a major surge into Zenith, and later life trends from peak toward consolidation again. If you only look at the life stages column, you might jump to a quick conclusion. Was this person born with a rough background or low starting point? Not necessarily, because that column often reflects inner experience, how stuck or free the person feels at different phases rather than objective reality. So we cross-check with another column I'll call the landing state, how each stem behaves in the specific branch environment it sits on. This isn't about emotion, It's about whether the energy can stand firmly in that setting. For example, yin wood in the snake environment shows growth. Yang metal in the dragon environment shows nurture. Yang water in the rat environment reaches zenith. And yin wood in snake is growth again. That gives a more grounded picture. The chart doesn't scream, no support. It reads more like, support exists, but early expression feels constrained. When you connect these landing states, the family background doesn't look bad, yet the person can still feel suppressed in childhood and youth, not because resources are missing, but because the energy has fewer ways to release early on. And here's the key, you can't read BaZi using only the natal chart. The natal chart is like factory settings, luck cycles, major cycles, yearly, monthly, even daily, act like external variables that can add what's missing, reduce what's excessive, and constantly reshape outcomes. On top of that, structural interactions, clashes, combinations, punishments, and harms keep rewriting the final expression. Once you expand into luck layers, you're no longer reading 8 characters, you're reading 16 or more. And decoding that network truly takes real case experience plus a whole system intuition beyond memorizing formulas. So far, we've opened the first layer of the black box: who you are, what your environment is, and both your inner rhythm and objective footing across phases. But notice, this mostly answers timing and condition. It still doesn't fully answer the most practical question: what is this person's personality? Where do their talents actually live, and how should they express them in the real world? That's why, in the next episode, we shift into the part of BaZi that works like a true personality translator. The 10-God system, where abstract generate/control relationships become a clear map of character and ability.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please follow our channel. And if you'd like to know your own BaZi and get a simple interpretation, we offer a free BaZi reading. You can find detailed methods in the introduction below the video. See you in the next episode.